President Assad speaking there to Russian television. Well, one man who has first-hand experience of conditions in Syria is Jan Egeland, UN advisor on humanitarian access in Syria and head of the Norwegian Refugee Council. Sir, thank you so much for coming to see us in person. Let's first talk about Aleppo, because we're basically running out of words to describe the devastation, the carnage that's taking place there. And we have pictures running behind us showing the latest there. Share with us, if you will, your experience. You've been there.
Yeah, I was there personally 3.5 years ago. At that time, I saw parents digging for their children in apartment buildings that were leveled to the ground by these enormous Scud missiles coming from government control area to the then already opposition-held parts of Aleppo. These areas we thought it could not be worse than it was at that time. It was February 2013. It's become worse every single month since that time. So it's the Sarajevo of our time and age. It's a large city, and we see the slow death of this large city. It has to stop. The only way out of this is to end the bombardment, to end the use of violence.
That's what we would like to see, but at the same time, we just heard President Assad saying basically the key to winning over the rest of the country is taking over Aleppo and increasing the offensive in the rest of the country. How worried are you by the prospect that we could see a further ramping up of military actions in the country?
Of course, I'm very afraid that President Assad himself said he believes there is a military solution. After 5 years of proving there is no military solution, he's still saying that. They're supported by Russia. The armed opposition groups are supported by a host of other countries. There is no military solution. We are humanitarians. We see there is no military solution. There is not either a humanitarian solution, it's the political negotiated solution to this. It will continue and continue if they only try military means.
All right, so are you encouraged by these crisis talks that are going to take place this weekend? Do you hope they'll achieve this political solution that you're looking for?
Well, I'm hopeful. I mean, the only way out is that Russia and the US have joint leadership to guide us out of this, that Iran, Saudi Arabia and the Gulf countries, who are also on each side of this war, stop bringing fuel to the fire, but help us into political negotiations. And in the meantime, we need humanitarian access to the people. We haven't been able to reach eastern Aleppo with any significant aid since the end of June. The medical crisis could not be worse. The remaining 6 functioning hospitals have nearly all of them been bombed. The latest figures I have are even worse than yours. Well over 400 dead now, well over 100 dead children, well over 1,300 injured. We're working around the clock now to try to get evacuation of wounded, get medical supplies in, and get even new personnel, more medical personnel in. But we're still unsuccessful because the party are not giving us the pause we need in the fighting and nor the permits we need to enter East Aleppo.
Do you feel that the international community as a whole has failed the people of Syria?
Absolutely. We've all failed. We've all failed in this. I feel very strongly we've failed the besieged areas of Aleppo. We've gotten more aid in this year by far compared to last year. But then again, the people who are bombed every day and night, they are not content to get blankets and a little bit more food. They need an end to the bombardment. These are civilians. Here we have hospitals that are being targeted. It's a war crime to target hospitals, and they have been repeatedly targeted in eastern Aleppo. And by the way, also by mortars coming into West Aleppo, which is government-controlled.
When we look back at Syria in a decade, 20 years from now, what do you think we'll say?
We'll say that we failed. Just like we all agreed, never again, we said, after Srebrenica and Sarajevo and the so-called safe areas of Bosnia that were anything but safe. They were death traps, very many places. And we will see how diplomacy failed, really. We need to have more good diplomats working even harder with Russia and the United States in the lead. So, yes, I hope they will succeed in Lausanne, because if not, we will be picking up the pieces in this devastating civil war.
It's interesting, you describe Aleppo as a death trap. Is that how you see it?
Yes, I see especially eastern Aleppo now, which is totally besieged. It's militarily encircled. Humanitarian aid is not coming in. Civilian population are not able to escape. So, of course, it's a trap. And how many people inside? 275,000. So the total number of people in besieged areas now in Syria is well over 800,000. The number of people trapped like that has increased this year.
Jan Egeland, thank you so much for coming to see us in person. Thank you.